Everyone, and how are you? And welcome to Crafters TV. Today is all about the masterclass. A masterclass is something that we love here on Crafters Companion because it's something that literally says what it is. It's a masterclass on a particular item that you might want just some inspiration from. You maybe want to learn how to use it. We like to sort of try and do basics, but also build that up as well and show you how many things and what you can do with that item. It's a great day today, so welcome. If you're joining us, we are fully interactive, so make sure you get your comments in. I've got you all coming through already. Lots of you saying hi to us. Caroline is saying hi from Southern Carolina. She's not there at all, actually. It's from California. Need my glasses in, don't I? Then we've got Susie's in on social. Gaz is in saying afternoon, Michelle, Debbie and the CTV crew and the crafty friends. Vanessa's in from Florida. Betsy's already in now from Texas. Mary Beth is saying hi everyone. I'm joining in from Minnesota. Welcome, Mary Beth. And Betty Weather is saying hello from a sunny, hot Utah. And Charlotte Everett is in saying good afternoon, all my lovely crafting lovelies from Herne Bay. And then Barbara is in from Indiana. So welcome to Crafters TV. I'm not on my own. I have the most amazing lady in the studio. Is always an inspiration to me, and I know that she's an inspiration to you. So let's welcome that lady in question, which is our Michelle McCarthy. Michelle, we've been fed and watered. We're all ready for another hour or two.
Yes, fed, watered. We may have had a little bit of a giggle. A lot of a giggle, but you know, you've got me, you've got Beckett and you've got Debbie together, so we're going to have a little bit of fun, but a lovely show coming up for you, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first thing we're going to be starting with is some nesting dies. Now, you know how much I love my nesting dies. These are amazing. You've only got two, you don't have to choose, you can get both of them. They're coming as a pair and they are beautiful. So the first one I want to show you is the shimmering snowflake. Beautiful in its design. You can see that ornate detail all the way around the edges. We've got those intricate snowflakes, and then you've got that die on the inside to give you that inside layer as well. And then having that small little tag with like a little creator card that goes inside the tag to create those tiny little weeny tiny snowflakes, which are absolutely beautiful. We've then also got our next one, which is our holly and the ivy, another gorgeous one with that Christmas tree and all that decorative edge around them. Now, before we go to Michelle for a demo, let's just have a look at some of the samples that she's got from our design team, because they really show just how intricate and how beautiful you can be designing with these dies. They've done a great job of these cards, Michelle.
They have, and they always do. You can tell when the design team loves something because you get an array of different designs, and this is no different. So with this one, it's the holly and the ivy. You can be using it with your foam pads. You can be creating a beautiful topper using some of your gold pens in here, but you can bring your gilding waxes in, your gilding flakes, all of your colouring mediums to really enhance these. But again, using it just as a card base. So it is it's a lovely, I think it's about 4 by 5 inches this. So you've got a lovely miniature card. Again, if I turn it round, you can see the whole base has been created by that largest die and then decorated with those smaller pieces. And then what you can also do is one of my favourite things, using all those different mats and layers to create that interlocking element on the front of your gatefold card. Just how beautiful does that look? So that is what you're going to be able to be creating with these beautiful dies.
Absolutely beautiful. Now, if you want to grab those dies today, there are Christmas nesting dies. You're getting a 2-piece pack. You're getting 12 dies in total. The platinum price of these is £20 or $22.40 or £25 or £28. Remember, you can order now at crafterscompanion.com.co.uk and .eu. And also get any messages that you want to ask in the show through to us into the studio. But we're going to head back to Michelle, and she's going to show us just what she's got in store with that first demo. What have you got?
So I'm going to use the holly and the ivy. It's an absolutely beautiful one. So I was just saying they're 4 by 5.2 inches, so they're a lovely size. They're a size where you can create a beautiful card base just as it is, or you can really go to town and have it on a huge card. So it's a perfect size for an either-or kind of make. So I'm going to pop that off first, so you've got that beautiful decorative element. I've got some of my green satin or matte mirror, whichever you sort of want to call it, and it's from our those card packs where you get the glitter, you get the mirror card, and you get the matte or the satin. So that's that beautiful green, absolutely perfect. I'm using the Holly in the Ivy die. I've got some of my lovely paper, so that's from the Santa's Kitchen paper pad we had. So I thought that's all going to work beautifully together. So let me bring in my plate. I'm going to bring in some tape because I don't want it to move. I'm going to pop it.
Do you have a favourite medium that you like cutting out of, Michelle?
No, I like cutting out of everything.
Oh, that's good. Yes, no, that's good.
But I must admit, I do get huge satisfaction running our dies through with glitter card.
Right.
Because it cuts through beautifully.
Yeah.
So you do get some dies and things like that that won't cut through glitter card, or you have to put your metal shim in. But I don't ever put I do say that that's what you can do, but I don't find I need to, with our dies, put a metal shim in there because it cuts through beautifully.
It's the satisfaction, isn't it, of it cutting?
It is, absolutely. So popping that out, look, you've got that
nice.
beautiful. I mean, you can see that I haven't had to do anything. All those bits have cut out absolutely beautifully. So I'm going to pop that to the side, because what I'm going to do now is we're going to run this back through, and you can do this at the same time or separately like I'm going to do now with this sort of smaller die. So it's going to create a bit of a border on the inside for me. It's going to cut that middle bit out. So let me get another couple of pieces of tape and we'll pop this back on. So just lining it up. So you do have two of these. You have this one that I'm using now, and this one is a little bit bigger, but I wanted a bit more of a border around the inside, so I'm going to use this smaller one. And again, let's pop this through. So running that through there, nice and quiet now. It's a lot quieter, this lovely Gemini 2.
It's so quiet, the Gemini 2, isn't it? Yeah,
it really
absolutely. Good for all you late night crafters.
Good for all you late crafters.
Late night crafters. Yes.
I didn't quite hear you then.
I think if you cry, a lot of people cry. A lot of people, and funny enough, I don't do it anymore. I don't really suffer anymore. But I used to wake up in the night, and if I had something on my mind, especially crafting or work, I used to get up in the night and then go into my craft room and do some bits.
Yeah.
But I never used to die cut because the machine was too noisy. But I think you could probably get away with it now.
I think you could, definitely. Definitely. So I've got that beautiful frame now. You've got the holly and the ivy running round. I've also already die cut the smaller one out. So this is just this piece here that you can see that I've die cut out. And I love that you've got a tag. What I also love is that you've got a tag and you've got that separate piece that you can cut into your tag, or you can cut it out. So what I've done here is I've cut the tag out in some white card, and then I've run this bit through on its own just to cut the Christmas tree out, and I've just popped it on there just with a little ribbon. So that's gonna...
so nice. I'm actually thinking that Christmas tree, because it's a little mini one, you could use that as little shaker card elements, couldn't you?
You absolutely could. It's the perfect size for that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, so I've got my my couple of elements cut out. So what I'm going to bring in next is this. So it's just a piece of card and some of that gorgeous paper, but I've got I can see a seam, a border of a ½ inch on each side. So overall it's 6.5 by 7, and I've got ½ inch there and there, and I've just used the die, one of the nesting dies that come with it, just to cut that middle bit out. So because this is only paper, even if it wasn't actually just a solid nesting die like that, cuts through at least 2 pieces of our 300 GSM card, no trouble. So that piece of paper on top, and then I run it through, folded these over, and then I've got another piece of card. So this one is 7 by 5 inches, because what we're going to do is we're going to create a lovely dome on the front with that. But before I do, I've got some acetate, just some of my clear acetate that I'm going to just pop behind that. So I'm going to see if I've left the carrier sheet on or not. I can never quite know if I have.
And is this a construction piece of acetate?
It is. So it's our A5 pieces that we have. I go through so much of that.
Yeah.
I really do. It's one of my favourite things to use. So you can see I've already got my red liner on my tabs, and then we're just going to pop this on. Again, you can use your red liner, or if you've got some of your glue, because it's just going to go over that window. I'm going to use my tape pen because it's more than strong enough for that. So just going all the way around.
Are you left-handed, Michelle?
I am.
Never noticed that before.
I am, yeah. It's funny, a lot of people have said that. They don't notice, and then, I don't know. I am. My mum used to say, awkward. And I don't know what she means.
It's not very often you see a female with who's left-handed. It's mostly men, isn't it, that are left-handed?
Yeah. Yeah. I am left-handed, but then I do certain things right-handed.
Oh, that's good.
So like when you're eating with a knife and fork, I use everything in my left hand. So whereas I think a right-handed person uses it in the other hand, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay. So your knife
just...
you still cut with your right hand then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to be a little bit different.
And can you write with both?
Oh gosh, no.
So you're not ambidextrous?
No, I'm not ambidextrous at all. I think it is, yeah, ambidextrous. So look how beautiful that just frames that window that we've popped in there. So let me bring in, I'm just going to pop that to the side because we're going to make a lovely easel card. So it is just, it's a 5x7. So it's 10 inches, scored in half, and then that front piece scored in half again. This is going to go on the inside here. So again, bringing that beautiful satin or matte mirror. I think I always call it a matte mirror, but I know lots of people say it's like a satin card.
Yeah.
But I've just always said matte mirror. I think it's an either or really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Pop that in there. And then we can bring the rest of this in. So I've got a piece of card that's going to pop onto there. But before I do pop it onto there, this is going to wrap around it. I'm going to have a lovely little dome front on the front of here. So again, before I pop that on, I've got this piece here, which is that piece that's just cut out.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to pop that smaller frame on here, and then that's just going to go in the middle of there. So you're building the layers up with this, but just in a little bit of a different way, just by using that aperture that we've cut out and then framing the aperture. Just again, just a bit of a different way to use them. But which is what we want from our dies, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And sometimes it is just about, we have like, there's 6 dies in this one collection or one die pack. And it's just about knowing different ways to use them.
It is, absolutely. So I'm going to roughly sort of lay that. Before I do commit to gluing it down, I'm going to bring this in, make sure that I'm happy that I've got it in the middle, which I am. And then we're going to commit to sticking it down. And then we're going to bring this in, get my pokey tool, making sure that's nice and burnished down. I'll just do one side at a time. So I'm going to bring this in, I'm going to pop it on there up to that scar line, and we're going to bring that one over and give that a good burnish. And then we'll take this side off and then sort of pushing it in. There, so push it in and push it together, and I always fold and hold the middle bit, because I know if I've got the middle bit sort of straight, I can push that side, make sure that is, and then bring that one round, and I've got it nice.
Tip. Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's just the way it frames it, doesn't it look beautiful?
It is really lovely. And again, putting a dome front card on an easel, I love that. It's a very different style of card.
Just a little bit different, isn't it? And what I forgot to do, which we'll do now, is I'm going to pop this in the middle. I'm going to pop it on 2 foam pads, because mine are they're not so deep as some of our foam pads.
Oh, yeah?
And I meant to do it before, but what I'm going to do is, because I forgot, so if you forget, just pop use your tweezers, pop it in and under, and then I can't reach in with my fingers to press that down, so I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and it's nice and stuck down now.
Lovely.
And then lastly, let me just pop that to the side. we're going to stick it on the front. Now remember to only glue this half, don't glue it all.
Yep.
We don't want it stuck all the way across.
I've done that before, Michelle.
Oh, I've done that many a times.
Not because I've glued the base, because I've glued the top bit and put all glue on it, and then you put it down and realise it's stuck then on both parts.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And then what I find the easiest to do is I find it easier to line the top bit up that's not glued, because then you can get it, try not to stick your finger to it like I just did. You can get it perfectly in line.
Yes.
And then when you drop it down, it's
Amazing.
automatically going to glue itself
Yep.
to the bottom. So then the last thing we need is just a little stepper. So I've got a stamp at home, Mistletoe Kisses. I've just heat embossed it with my green, which green is it? I can't remember which green it is, but it's from our opaque ink.
It looks like lagoon, is it?
I think it
from
is.
Here it looks like a bit of a bluey green.
Yeah. And then all I did was, this is sort
Or
of a
green
second...
topaz it could be.
Yes, it probably will be, yes. Just a second and third generation. So I stamped it on there, and then with what was left on my stamp, I just did some more stamping. I've just got some foam on the back, because we need that for the step, or the stopper. And then I'm going to open that up. I'm going to decide how high I want this up, so I can have it quite high or I can have it a lot lower down. It just depends, but I'm going to have it quite low down because it's got that dome on it. I don't need it quite far back. You want it to sort of sit forward. And then if I just turn that round and show you that.
Amazing.
Just creating that lovely dome on the front.
That is so pretty. What an absolutely gorgeous card, and very different. If you want to be creating the same cards that Michelle's doing in this hour, then you want to definitely save the show. And these are the dies that you will need to use. Absolutely beautiful. You've got your Christmas nesting dies, your 2 pieces, but with 12 dies in total. So you've got that Holly and the Ivy, which is the one that Michelle was using, and you've got that shimmering snowflake as well. So absolutely beautiful. Lots of you in with us today. Jennifer is saying that she's loving Michelle's makes from Crafty Mama JJ. Polly is in saying fabulous day to you all from Florida. Sunny and beautiful this morning. Colleen's saying hello again from Florida. Love watching Michelle create. Christine Mahoney's in saying hello. Lots of you coming through, but let's start with some acetate. As individuals, these are beautiful and such a good price today. You're saving 10%. You can go for the gold and silver one, which is just what you need to make your Christmas boxes, your construction, or just to make those acetate windows. You can get that today for platinum price of $14.39 or $16.52. Our next one we've got is our different designs where our traditional colours. We've got those 2 different designs, and we've got them in green and red. This is your festive red and green, 12 sheets in total for $17.99 or $20.65, saving 10%. Platinum price of $14.39 or $16.52. And then the final one in those 3 that we've got here for you, another platinum price of $14.39 and $16.52 in dollars, with another 12 sheets, and these ones are your winter woodland, or wonderland, which are absolutely amazing. We're going to let you have a second to check out your basket, so we're just going to have a little watch of this, and we'll be right back.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at craft was to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty men come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
He might do a Facebook Live. He's still doing them, that's for sure. Yes, love that, our Craig, and all his crafty goodness there with our Ben singing, such a talent. Lots of you saying, beautiful card, Michelle. Colleen saying, and Christine saying, wow, such a pretty card. Thanks for the inspiration, Michelle. Karen saying, beautiful card. And Mayor Helm is saying, beautiful card with fun dies. Yes, absolutely fun dies. Do you want some more? Do you want some more fun dies? We have these incredible ones, and I love these when they come out. I love them because there's different sizes in them, and I think that's really important when we talk about the versatility of dies. These are definitely the ones to go for. So we've got our Starry Night, beautiful elongated die for our slimline cards. We've also then got our Festive Foliage. Love that one. I mean, that reef can be used for lots of different things, so throughout the year. It doesn't have to necessarily be Christmas. We've also then got our Yuletide Bloom, another one of our square dies. We've then got our 4x6 dies. So this one here is our beautiful baubles. So you can see the baubles in the middle and then all those ones around the outside. And then we've also got our sparkling snowflake, which is so pretty, and lots of beautiful designs. So we're going to head over to Michelle just to look at a few samples of these ones and just see how pretty they are, because I absolutely love them, Michelle, these.
I do. Any nesting die, any frame die, because I always say you can mix and match these all together, but just on their own, they look absolutely beautiful. So using it on the front of this card, with that acetate front, it's looking absolutely beautiful. Just a beautiful red bow on there, and you don't really need much else. You've got that joy in the middle, but how beautiful does it look? Using it with your foam. So creating lots of depth and dimension at the top, and then also using the smaller ones as your stopper on this easel card, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's not a die if you can't create a shaker element with it, and you absolutely can with these. Look how beautiful that is.
So
not only
nice.
have you been able to create that shaker element, but it's the nesting die, it just goes round, that absolutely beautiful. And then sort of the bit that you've cut out is actually on the back in here. So again, you're not throwing any of those bits away. Bringing this one, this is beautiful. This is very grown up, I think, isn't it? It's a very grown up Christmas card.
It is,
in
yes.
those beautiful mats, but just as beautiful with those lovely dies.
Love that, absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want that die selection, you're getting 5 pieces, but actually what you're getting is 20 dies in total for an amazing over 70% off. Platinum price is £15.20 or $17.60. Absolutely amazing. Your regular price is £19 for all those dies, or $22, so absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to head back to Michelle now and get a demo in with these ones. Which one are you going to be using, Michelle?
So I'm going to use the Starry Night. I love this one. It's a beast of a die. I mean, it's 8.2 by 3.2. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. You have got this huge main piece here. The decorative element on this is absolutely gorgeous. Then you've got these 2 smaller pieces. So it's not just the matte piece that it cuts out. If you cut this piece out of a however much larger, so for instance, this is if you cut this out of a 2.5 by 7.5 piece of card, not only have you got that die, but you've also got the bit what you would maybe consider waste. Absolutely keep that, because then it gives you another layer. And if you're wanting to build up those layers, that bit that you would throw it away from, don't keep it. And then you've got that beautiful, I love this. I just love this little swirl, or swirl, as our Craig would say, in the middle. So I've got some, this is the frosted blue pearlescent 12 by 12 card pad that we've got. So I'm going to use some of this. So just deciding which pieces that I want to use. So let's pop this little piece on there, and I'll bring that piece in. And I tell you what, we'll bring this piece in. There's too many decisions for this. So let's just trim it down a little bit so I don't waste any. So there we go. And I'm always going to tape these down if I run more than one die through. Just something that I always do. I can be a little bit clumsy, not that anyone has ever noticed, but sometimes when I pick my plates up, if I tip them a little bit, I don't have to worry about my dies slipping because of me. If I've taped them down, then I don't need to worry at all. Not that I'm clumsy.
Would you suggest with, you know, when you get nesting dies, if you're not too sure what to do with them, just cut them out of multiple different card to layer them up, so you just get that idea of how they work together?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. I always said, do you know what, if you get any kind of die, even nesting dies, any kind of dies, always cut them out when you first get them home, especially ones where you've got like building scenes and things like that, because sometimes you can look at those dies and think, I'm not really sure, but definitely just cut them all out, even if it's in some scrap. And you just get a real good idea then of what you can do with them. Looking at them on the packaging is all well and good, but once you've die cut them out, actually, so for instance, if that was a square piece, I could use that piece as a mat and layer. So if that was nice and straight, I could pop that back in a different colour on some foam, and that is going to be an extra layer. You're not going to see that just by looking at your dies on there, but you will see that once you've cut them out, you think, actually, I could use that for... And then that's when your ideas come. So I always think it's a good idea to cut everything out.
Yeah.
Just, it helps you visualise. You see it and you know, it really does help. Got that beautiful swirl. I've got that piece that I've just cut out, and you can see I didn't need to worry about getting any of the bits out because it just die cuts out beautifully. I've already got my bigger piece cut out here, and I've got that beautiful, I think it's a hint of silver, that one.
So nice.
Centura pearl. It's just when you move it in the light, look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful.
So I've just got lots. And this one I've already got die cut out. I've put my little drop shadow behind, just the slightest drop shadow. It just gives you that illusion of depth. I've got my foam on there already. And then what I've done with this one, so let me die cut that one out. And then what we're going to do, we just tap my bits out. We're going to run it back through with a different colour. So let's trim it down with this blue.
These tones of colours look lovely together.
Oh, they do. That was one of my favourite paper pads, the one that I've used. It's frosted blues, isn't it? There's the frosted blues and there's the other one with the sort of pinks and purples in, isn't there? Two absolutely gorgeous card pads that I'm very much addicted to. I might have numerous of those at home. Right, so let's lift that up. So I'm going to keep that on there because it's going to allow me to sort of keep those bits in there. So what I've done is I'm going to die cut one of these out. I'm going to glue it on there. So let me tape that down now. And then I've got it die cut out again in blue. So I'm going to be very careful with my dotty. So if I was at home, I would probably put a little bit more on than that. But I do have one already prepared, Blue Peter style. I'm going to lift that outside. If you've got your paper piecing sheets, your hold and release sheets, then brilliant, you can use them. But if you don't, this is the way that I tend to do it. I'll leave it upside down when I pull it out, and I'll carefully, what I tend to do is with my pokey tool, just one little bit at a time. So I know that it's that star that I'm wanting, so I'll just pop that out. Bring in either your dotted tape pen or your glue. This is what I tend to use. Where just bring in my tweezers, hold that in there, and then pop it in. And it's a lovely style. The pieces are not too small to worry about having to paper piece them in. They go in absolutely lovely. They're a nice size for this. A nice size, and there's not too many of them either.
So nice, it really elevates it.
It does. It just looks absolutely lovely. So you could either leave it at that, you could put your swirls in as well. I'm going to bring this one in and show you. I've just done it on a different coloured card because I've got my foam on it already. But I did the swirls as well. And then what I'd done is I die cut the main piece out and popped it back on. So I've got one on the bottom, I paper pieced it in, and then I die cut the swirl out again and I put it on top. It gives it that depth, a dimension. Again, it just a little bit, it just sort of elevates it a little bit.
Yeah, it's so nice.
So let's pop that out and move that over here. So if I bring in all these bits that I've already got die cut out. So those are my sort of 3 pieces that I'm going to use. I could pop that, let's pop that on as well. You just have to be very careful because you've got all that decorative elements, beautiful. But when you've got 2 of them together, they're getting entangled and entwined, so just be very careful. So dot it on those, and again being careful because there's lots of sort of little swirls and elements that I don't want to rip up. And then I'm going to come in with my shall I pop that one on? Actually, let's put, yeah. So as soon as I've put the glue on the back of that one, we will put that one on the top. But I'm going to give it ever so slightly a drop shadow, not a huge amount. It's almost as if it's not there, but it is. There we go. Right, so that's my 3 pieces already, and then all I've got is I've just got a lovely DL card. So it's 4 by 8 and 2/8. 1/4, 8 1/4. So 8 1/4 by, what did I say? 4. I've cut out another piece of exactly the same. I've just gone down that 1/4 of an inch in the same colour because what I wanted to do is I wanted to pop some ribbon round. So let's just pop some tape there and there so I can wrap this just round the corner. So I didn't want a different coloured base. I'm wrapping it round the wrong corner. It would help if I did it on the side where there's actually glue, wouldn't it? Should we try that again?
Just exactly what I would do.
Try it again. There we go. That's better. So yes, I didn't want a different colour on the bottom. So, you know, absolutely. I think that's something another thing that we don't tend to do.
Yeah.
Just bear with me, let me give that a good press down, which is tone on tone. And actually, it looks really lovely. So just wrapping that ribbon round now.
Oh yeah, so nice.
It just looks a little bit different. And again, it's about having a play, not necessarily having a play with lots of different coloured mats and layers. Lots of mats and layers in the same colour card.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something I love doing. I love because I think it looks like you've embossed that line around it because it's that same colour.
Yes.
I like also putting the same colour die cuts onto a card as well because it looks like a faux embossed detail.
I love, yeah.
It's a really nice way.
It is such a great idea. And then now, that's just going to stand out that little bit more. So I'm going to pop this one straight down. You could foam pad this one if you wanted. But I'm going to pop this straight down because I've got foam pads on the rest of them. So ensure that's in the middle. And then popping this one on. So I've got sort of that ombre effect colour with those sort of blues and greens from that same paper pad. Pop that right in the middle. And by putting it on foam, because you've got that shadow behind as well, again, it gives you that extra illusion.
So pretty.
And then popping this one on here. Right in the middle. And then what I've done is I actually should have popped it on before. So I've just die cut that middle one out again with one of my swash stamps. I've put lots of love. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck that under there. So because I haven't burnished that down really well yet, just going to pop that up. Put a little bit of tape. Just, you can see I've got 2 score lines because that was me just having a bit of a play with how much of a dome effect I wanted on the front. And it really doesn't matter because it's going to be hidden underneath. I didn't need to create or pop or stamp and die cut another piece out because, again, it's going to go under this piece here. So let me just, you will do this before you've stuck it down. I just forgot. But it really doesn't matter because, let me just straighten that up just a little. Bring that, there we go. Stick that down. And then again, you've got that lovely little dome on the bottom with lots of love. And I think it just, a little bit of a different way to use those, that Starry Night.
Amazing, absolutely beautiful. I love that one. Unfortunately, that bundle is sold out, and the reason it's sold out is because the Yuletide blooms are sold out from that collection, so that's gone. But you can't get that same collection for those, but we do have them individual. So if I show you them individually, the ones that we have left, which is our Sparkling Snowflake, beautiful design, this one. So you can get this one 4 dies, but you can still see an amazing saving on that. Still saving 70%, but we're now having to sell them individually. £3.11 for platinum, or $3.58. We've then got our beautiful baubles, so another gorgeous one. This is another 4 dies, but you are getting that from an amazing saving of 70%, £3.89 or $4.48. And look at that platinum price, absolutely amazing, both under £4 or $4. We've then got our festive foliage, another pretty design, which is absolutely gorgeous. Those 4 die collection, again with that 70% off saving, platinum price £3.11 or in dollars $3.58. And then the one that our Michelle was using, that Starry Night, which is so pretty and such a lovely card that Michelle just made, again 70% off, £3.11 or $3.58 platinum price. So absolutely amazing on those ones. So it's just that 1 die that's sold out. Now the other thing I do have for you, if you want some colouring mediums, we have some watercolours for you. These are absolutely incredible. Now the first one I want to look at is our Floral Meadow. You are getting 9 pens in total, so all of these, but each 3 pen set comes with 9 colours. We've then got our Essential Neutrals. And then our last one in that collection is our Great Outdoors. So you're getting 9 pens in total, but a lot more colours for your money. Look at that price, you're saving over 30%. Platinum price $15.98 or $23.98. And if I just show you the boards for these very quickly, just so you can see just how pretty the colours are. And these are watercolours. That means if you activate them with water, you're going to be able to paint with them. Do all your background techniques. They're going to just be amazing. Paint with them. So many different designs that you can do, and so many colours in that pen set. That's unbelievable, the price of those pens, to be honest. For your aqua markers, tricolours are just incredible. Right, are we going back to the nesting dies? Yes, we are. So our two-piece nesting dies, I think we've got a final demo we're going to get in, which is amazing. 3 demos in the hour is very, very good. We're going to be looking at the holly and the ivy, which is this one here. And then we're going to be looking at the shimmering snowflake, which is so, so pretty. Michelle, have you got some samples of these ones? Such a lovely design.
It is. It's another beautiful, beautiful design. So using this just on the front of a card, look at how that mirror card pops. Really, so these are nesting dies, but that mirror card there gives you that extra illusion of an extra layer of those nesting dies, and then you've got that beautiful decorative element on the inside. With or without foam pads, looks beautiful. But what I love about this one is how it's framing that beautiful image. So that could be the grandkids, it could be the kids, it could be anything that you are wanting to frame. It absolutely frames it beautifully. And as I've been saying, bringing in any of your other nesting dies. So we've got a couple of those. Is it the scalloped edge ones there? Bringing those in, again, it just means that you can do so much more with these beautiful nesting dies. Look at that, and look at the tag. So the tag comes with these. How beautiful
So
is that
lovely.
tag?
Yeah, absolutely. Love those ones. If you want to go for those today, platinum price £20 or $22.40, which is quite incredible for all the dies that you're getting. 12 dies in total, including those little tag ones with those little create a card die in them, which I absolutely love. Right, we're going to head back to Michelle, and she's got one final demo for us.
I do. So using the shimmering snowflakes, we're going to die cut this out. I've got some of this beautiful pink pearlescent card, the dark pink and the light pink, and again I've got some of that gorgeous paper from earlier. So what we're going to do is, I didn't die cut the tag out last time, so for this one we're absolutely going to. So let's die cut that out, and we're going to bring this in as well. And then the smaller piece, let's bring in that smaller one. So pop that to the side. Let me bring my plates in. So I think, let's pop that one on there. I'm going to tape it down. And then this one on here. And what I love about both of these tags is the fact that you've got all these elements that are going to die cut out. So not only are they going to die cut into your tag, what it's also going to do is it's going to give you those snowflakes to use as an embellishment. So let's pop these through. And lots of these are going to run through your mini. Some of them will only run through your midi or larger, but sort of the smaller bits, especially the tags, they're going to go through your mini no problem. So if you are a nighttime crafter, you can still be using these on a nighttime, even if you don't want to get your electronic machine out. So let me just swoosh all that off. And again, you can see how beautifully it die cuts. Let's pop that off.
Isn't it funny how just a small die can just, you could just fall in love with?
Yes, I love this. I love the fact that you've got all these snowflakes here. So if I pop these out, you're going to use these. If you die cut this many, many times, those are going to be the most beautiful shaker elements. So if you have got your mini, it's going to take you no time at all to run that through a dozen times and have all those snowflakes. So pop those to the side. Keep my eye on those snowflakes so I don't lose them. Although I lost a card earlier, so...
You lost the card? Oh, yes, you
I lost the full card, didn't I? So what I could do with that is, if I wanted a wider border, I could just, you know, use my guillotine or my craft knife on that. But obviously you've got these two dies in there, which are going to allow you to pop round and cut out. So let's do that. Let's use that one. Oh no, let me use the smaller one. So this smaller one just fits perfectly round there. Bring in one more piece of tape and tape that down, and then we'll run this through. So if I had my smaller plates next to me, I'll have to grab them. But if I've got my smaller plates next to me, they're going to run through this absolutely perfect. And both ways, that way and that way. Is it like portrait and landscape, which is what I love. It's just like having a new toy when you get to do loads of different things with your new toy. Just running my plates through a different way makes me very happy. Right, so let's peel this off nice and careful. There we go. So you can see how beautiful it cuts, but also if I brought this one in, you could see how it would give me a lot of a bigger border. So if I pop all these to the side and then bring in my card base, so I've got a lovely card base here. So just a front stepper. Let me give those a good burnish. There we go. So let's glue that on first. Let me bring in my tape pen. So I'm going to glue this just on flat. And again, I was using that beautiful paper pad that sold out within minutes earlier. Frosty and bright. That beautiful gold glitter card is from our luxury card packs. So let's pop this onto the back first. I will give you the measurements in just a second. Let's pop that onto there.
This is a nice concept card. What would you call this concept card?
Is it a front stepper? Is it a front stepper?
Oh, do you know what, Michelle? I'm
look a
watching you thinking that was a cube at the front. So yes, front step, yes.
So in size though, it's 5 by 6. So what we're going to do is I've got these cut out. I've also got, again, I brought in my nesting dies, my stitched edge nesting dies, and I've created a lovely frame. But what I've also done is I've got another piece of acetate and I've got it on some foam. So we're going to take that off first. So let's remove that. And I'm going to bring in 2 different shades of our colours of sequins. So I'm going to use this now, even though it's a red and this is all pinks, because I'm going to put that behind and that in front. What it's going to do is going to take that redness out of there and it's still going to tie in beautifully.
So nice. I love mixing my sequins. I've been doing that a lot lately, especially with the Borealis, Aurorus Borealis. I was combining the 2 words then. But yeah, they look really nice together when you mix them, don't they?
They do. They absolutely do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pop that one on here, and it doesn't matter that my tape looks messy because it's going to be covered up. Make sure that they shake, which they do. Make sure that's nice and pressed down. And I'm going to pop that on there. So I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pen. So we're going to sort of frame within a frame the shaker element. Just try to be a little bit more careful. Less haste, more speed, I was going to say. Less speed, more haste. I knew what I meant. Pop that there.
And I think you had it right the first time.
And then we're going to pop that one over there. So again, this is when I'm going to bring in my second set of sequins. So let's pop.
That's clever. You're going like a double shaker.
A double shaker, yeah. I think your nesting dies are perfect for doing things like this. Sort of your double and your triple shakers.
Triple? I've never heard of a triple shaker. That's cool.
That almost sounded like a challenge.
Absolutely, yes. I need one of them in my life. I mean, I love a shaker card. I've never even seen a double one, but let alone a triple.
So the thing is, when you've got a nesting die like this, let me just give that a tap. Can you see how that clearer one over the darker one actually takes that red away?
So nice.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame that with that. So mine are stuck a little bit there. So if I was at home, what I would probably do is I'm just going to pop my poker tool underneath there, and I'm going to just push it and lift. So I'm just lifting that acetate just a little. There you go. So they can shake down. There we go, we've got them moving now. So the last thing we need to do is just again with the dotty, being careful of all those delicate pieces. And there, and then pop that round. Just let me try it that way. Just want to get a nice even border all the way round. There we go. And then, life is better when you are laughing. I'm going to pop that on the bottom. It's going to have to go on a foam pad.
Such a great sentiment, that one.
It's lovely, isn't it?
So true as well.
It is. It absolutely is. I'm going to pop that on there.
We've definitely done lots of that the last couple of days, haven't we, Michelle? Lots of laughter.
Yes. Oh, gosh, definitely. Let's pop just one of those snowflakes there. I'll move my bits to the side and turn that round. You've got a lovely double shaker.
Oh, that
with
is
those
beautiful. I love that so much. I love the colour tones. It looks stunning. Have you ever heard of double shaker? I haven't. Let us know. I think, yes, I think a challenge is needed for a triple shaker card. Absolutely. I adore these, and I think it's, we've had 2 amazing demos with these nesting dies, which are just beautiful. So you've got your shimmering snowflake. I love the fact that you've got that extra one around the edges, and you've got that inner one, and then you've got that die as well for that tag. Your tag die is just a really usable tag die. You don't have to put that middle section inside. So if you just want a tag die to write on, you've got that as well. And then you've got the holly and the ivy, another really pretty one. And I love that Christmas tree. I think that's a great one to have, one to adorn your tags with, but also to use as your shaker elements, or just to make a row of Christmas trees. Really great one. I think these are also really good, Michelle, for scrapbooking and photos to put on cards, like you were saying earlier. They've just got so many uses, haven't they?
They really have. They really have. And I think when you suggested earlier, die cutting everything out to have a look at it, see how it sort of does it, is a brilliant way, because it allows you to see the many different things that you can use them for. Definitely.
Yeah, which is amazing. And I know we're doing a masterclass at the moment, but you must have your own ideas of how you use your nesting dies. Tell us some of your ideas that you've come up with and different ways that you've used them, because there's so many different ways, and it's just for us to show you a little bit of inspiration where we can, and hopefully you take that inspiration from there. Ben McCarthy's in today saying good afternoon, everyone. Karen is in saying that shaker card is beautiful, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. Lindsay is saying that's a gorgeous card. Susan's saying hello, Debbie and Michelle and the CC team from a warm, sunny south east UK. And Michelle, I love Michelle and her fabulous demos. Just love that card. Gaz is saying, is a swell related to a squirrel? It is related to a squirrel, of course it is. Craig would tell you it is anyway. All swells, I say squirrels now. I actually say squirrels because it sounds, that's what Craig's saying, I can't help it. Laura's saying, I have this die and I never thought about using it with those colours. Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it, when you get inspiration? It's what a masterclass is all about. Felicia is in saying hello from Ohio, saying the collection is sold out. Yes, the collection is sold out, but you can get them individual on the other dies. Lois is in saying that's a very pretty card, Michelle. Lots of you. We'll read a few more in a little while. First of all, though, let's bring in this acetate, because it's another one that's proving very popular today, and it's a beautiful design, which I'm not surprised at. So we've got our Winter Wonderland, which has got that 12 sheets in total. If I turn it round as well, you can see all those separate sheets. You're getting them in your different colours of your sort of golds and silvers there. It's absolutely stunning. Our acetate is construction acetate, which means you could be making boxes out of it, gift bags out of there. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Shall we have a look? Shall we delve in and show some of them? Oh, I mean,
it's beautiful, isn't it?
It does sing to you. It sings to you. I just knew it would. We've got the most amazing snowflake design, but this is going to sing. That is stunning. That's holographic, Michelle. It's
That
holographic. Look at that. It's
when
just
the
absolute.
light.
Oh,
My God.
just amazing. Holographic reindeers. I mean, who doesn't want a holographic reindeer? And then we're going to, this one's like a frosted white. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Then you've got your gold snowflake. Look at that, holographic snowflakes. Just stunning. Yours will come with a protective layer on it as well. You're getting all those in there. Just beautiful designs. I just love them. Just absolutely lovely. So that's one pack. So that's your winter wonderland with your snowflakes and your reindeer. We've then got, this one is our festive one. So our festive red and green. Again, another beautiful design. Now this one is coming with all that amazing foliage on there. So you can see that beautiful red, but you're also getting the sort of strips of snowflakes there, which just look absolutely outstanding. Beautiful designs. You can be box making with this, doing your construction. You could be using it for your shaker cards. You could be using it for your aperture cards, your diorama cards. It's all just so beautiful. I absolutely love it. The fact that you get your leaves in the green and the red and then in the gold and silver is just beautiful. So that's a really lovely one to have. If you want that one today, it's platinum price of $14.39 or $16.52. Now our last one in that collection, let me be a good girl and put them all back nice and neat. That is our festive gold and silver. Now this one really is just, it's I want to say it's grown up. It's just got that really sort of elegant, grown up, beautiful classic designs on this one. Absolutely love them. So you can see here, it's got those, I mean, look at that. So stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Love those ones. So you're getting those in your silver and golds. Then you're getting, look at that pattern. I mean, that is incredible. Really incredible. You're going to love this acetate. You're getting all of these sheets. Look at the reflection on them, so lovely. You're getting all of those in the pack, 12 sheets in total, $17.99 or $20.65, which are beautiful. Now let me just pop these ones back in their pack. So if you want your acetate today, remember to go for those. If you want to try something different with your colour in medium, how about your aqua markers? In fact, your aqua markers, Michelle, these would be fabulous if you cut, if you watercoloured a background and then die cut out of them, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Such a nice thing that you could do with them.
It is. It's something that I do, but it's something that I don't do often enough because every time you get sort of such a different effect, it is a wonderful thing to do.
Do you know what it is? I think it's because we have so many amazing cardstocks that we just end up using our dies to cut out of our cardstock. And actually, what about creating your bespoke cardstock by colouring them in with these and then die cutting them out? I mean, if I show you the colours that you are getting from these pen sets, and bearing in mind, look at that price. This is a giftable item. So if you wanted to go for these for your gifts for your mum, your daughter, your dad, who loves watercolouring, they're going to love the colours that you're getting in these pens. Now you're getting 3 pens in each pack, so 9 pens in total, but actually so many different colours you're getting in there, which is absolutely incredible. An amazing saving of over 30%. If you are platinum price, you're getting it for £15.98 or $23.98. So I love that. Great one to grab and pop in your basket. I know you've been putting lots of goodies in there today. Now, some next things that we're going to show you, red liner tape. Everyone needs some red liner tape, especially if you're using that acetate. If you're using that acetate, then you want to be able to stick it with something that's invisible. The red liner tape is just brilliant with the red liner tape. This comes in your 3mm. This is all this is all your 3mm. Sorry, yes, this is all your 3mm. You're getting a 3-pack for platinum price of £5.19 or $10.39, saving over 10%. Then we've got our 12mm red liner tape. You just go for what you like the best. I love all sizes of mine. They're absolutely brilliant. So your 12mm is your three tape pack, platinum price $7.99 or $15.99. You've also got the in-between one here with your 6mm, and this one again is your three pack, platinum price at $50.59 or $11.99, which is absolutely amazing. So make sure that you grab your red liner tape, especially if you're going with your red liner tape. A great one to have for your acetate and that one. One more thing we're going to show you now is our Kalau all-purpose 250ml bottles. You're getting two of these really large bottles, which are absolutely amazing. You can grab both of these bottles, not just one. You can grab them for £10.48 or $16.42. You're actually making a saving of 25%. So grab those bottles. Why we've got them on offer? Because that's absolutely amazing. Hello and welcome, Crafters TV here. We're in a masterclass. The masterclass is going to be amazing because it's everything to do with Christmas nesting dies, which I absolutely love. We're going to start looking at the nesting dies, but with sentiments in them, which are unbelievably beautiful. So let me just bring those up to you. The first one we want to take a look at is our Xmas one. So the Xmas is stunning. It's a sentiment die that comes in the middle of the big frame die, and absolutely lovely. What I love about this die is the fact that you can use your pens on them, your ink pads, your watercolor markers, anything you want on them. You can use those. You can also use it on your Noel. So we've got the Noel with that frame, and then we've got the piece as well. So these come in our 4-pack, and then we've got our Joy. Now the person in the studio today who's been wowing us with all of the demos today is Mccarthy. She's going to be running through this masterclass showing you all things related to these dies, which is quite incredible. Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. You've been enjoying the nesting dies and the frame dies.
Oh, I love anything like that, nesting frame, because it allows you to bring them all together. So all your nesting frames, nesting dies and your frame dies that you have got are all going to work beautifully together, which then means there's so many more options and availability to what you can be creating and crafting with. So I absolutely love a nesting or a frame die. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, if you want those dies today, we've got a saving of 10% on them. So I am just going to recap them very quickly, and then we're going to get some samples of these designs, which are beautiful. So the first one we're looking at, again, is that Joy. You can get all of these dies for a platinum price of £48.93. Then we've got our piece. Then we've got our Noel, and then you've got your Xmas one. And we're going to look at some samples now with Michelle just to see how beautiful these look when the design team have got their hands on them. You can always tell when the design team loves something, can't you, Michelle? Because they just tend to they go above and beyond in the samples.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember being on the design team, and when you got something and we was maybe asked, could we do 3 or 4, and we sent in 10 or 12, because you have so many ideas that you just want to do them all, and that is definitely it for these. So this is the Noel. It is very simple in that blue and that silver.
So
I think
pretty.
that would be a beautiful Christmas card for a new baby, maybe.
Oh,
with
yes.
those baby blues.
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
Beautiful. But very simply done. You know, cut out. The middle bit has been raised with some foam pads. Just again, it draws your eye to the middle. But that is absolutely beautiful. And then to the other end of the spectrum, you have got those beautiful traditional reds and greens. So you've gone from quite non-traditional colours to traditional colours, which you can obviously mix and match with these. But I love how that frame has been coloured, those berries, the holly. It is holly and ivy, isn't it, that one?
Holly and ivy, yes. It's
Absolutely.
just beautiful, isn't it?
It
I
really
actually
is.
love colouring dies with alcohol markers.
Yes.
But also watercolour pens. I mean, either is good, but it's just nice to do something a little bit different and have that detail to be able to colour in.
Yeah, definitely. Because the thing is, I think sometimes you cut I mean, these are a substantial size, so you cut them out and you think, actually, I might feel it's a little bit plain or a little bit stark, but absolutely. Bring in your pens. You can cut that out in your watercolour card, bring in your watercolours. This one has got some of our glitter glues on those
So
inside,
nice.
but you can be using gems. Again, you can be using your alcohol markers on this one, absolutely. And then finally, that piece, absolutely beautiful in those reds, those burgundies, and it's a shaker card.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Because everything makes a
absolutely.
shaker.
Yeah, absolutely. Love those ones. Let's see who's in with us today anyway. So Rosalind's saying, I want to make some lanterns with the acetate. Yeah, we do acetate. Make sure you head over to the website for that. Stephanie's saying, so many great ideas with those dyes. I saved the show so I can watch it back. Amazing. Michelle is really a great person to do a masterclass. Couldn't get a better comment than that, could you? Michelle,
you.
yes. Eleanor, I couldn't agree more. Michelle is a master at what she does, that's for sure. And this masterclass is everything about these frame dies. So let's head back over to Michelle and see what she's got in store for this first demo.
So I'm going to use the Happy Xmas. It's just, again, it's a beautiful one. Which one I decided to use is just literally potluck because they're all as gorgeous as each other. So you've got that outside matte piece, you've got that decorative element here, and then you've got that Xmas die. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to use this one first. So I've got some beautiful gold satin, I've got some absolutely gorgeous paper. Now, I have wrote down what paper pad that is, and for the life of me, I cannot find... I mean, I lost my card earlier, so me being able to find what paper pad that is, but I'm sure one of you lovelies watching will know exactly what that is.
I think that was either the winter's towel or... oh, what's the other one called? Winter solstice.
I think so. I think it is. It's one of those. It's very traditionally, isn't it? It's beautiful. Now, what I've done is I haven't gone down 1/4 of an inch. I've gone down 1/8 of an inch, and that gives me that really slim gold border just round the edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this down. But because I'm going to use this piece here, this die here, to cut in the middle of these, I'm not going to tape or glue all the way into the middle. I'm just going to tape round those edges because that's the bit that I'm going to be using. So I don't need to glue all the way to the middle. So just lining that up. There we go. Right, bring my plate in. I'm going to pop this on and we're going to pop it. So you can see now why I didn't need to glue the inside piece, because I'm not going to be using that. And what that also means is I can pop that to the side for later, and I have just the gold piece and the pattern piece separate, which means I can use them separately or together because they're not glued together. So I'm going to pop that through, and then we're going to use this big beautiful piece straight into my card blank. So
amazing.
just grab my plates. There we go. So lift that off. Oh, there we go. So just remove that tape. And just bring in my pokey tool. I don't want to risk ripping my paper. If you have got your tape on and it's really stuck fast, then the best way to get it off is just lift your corner and then pull it right back on itself, totally flat. And that way, you need to be a little bit careful doing it, take your time with it, but pulling it right back flat on itself means that you're not gonna risk ripping your beautiful paper. So if I pop that off, very careful. You can see now, I might have gone a bit too, I have. So I've glued too far into the middle. That's not coming off for love nor money. But that goes to show you how brilliant our tape pens are. So I've got my card base. It's a 7 by 5 3/4. I'm going to open it up because I don't want to cut all the way through. So whenever you're cutting into your base, remember to open your card up. We're going to pop that in the middle. unless you wanted to cut all the way through, then definitely. So I'm going to pop this on here, because what it's going to allow me to do is, if I've just gone off a little bit, by popping that frame on and popping this in the middle, I can line this up with this rather than with this. So, you know, if one side's just gone that tiniest little bit off, by measuring it with this, I know that when I pop that back on, that's going to fit beautifully. So take that down, and then we'll pop this through. And again, this is where, especially on that holly and those berries, where you're going to bring in your gilding flakes with our glue pens. You can be highlighting different areas with those. Definitely all your glitter glues. I love my glitter glues.
Yeah, me too. They're gorgeous, aren't they? You will find the glitter glues on the website, so head across there, but they are amazing. We had them on the show yesterday. I've used lots of glitter glues in the past, and the consistency ours, I think, are second to none.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they really are. They are just brilliant. I think did I launch them down at Hobby Maker? I did.
Yes, you did, yes.
Yes, because I can remember thinking, now this is going to sound awful, but I can remember thinking, how can I do a full launch show with just some glitter glues? But actually, they are amazing.
Yeah.
I showed you how to colour with those.
Yeah.
There's just so many things. You think, oh, I can just do my gems with them, but there's not. Ours is such a quality that you can do so many things with them. The colours are gorgeous. The amount of glitter they've managed to get in there is crazy. Right, so just popping those last few bits out.
That's gorgeous, and actually what that shows is just if you are new to card making, you've just got yourself a die cutting machine and you just want some striking cards, these dies are great just for cutting into the front of your card, and then you've got the most amazing design, haven't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I've got some just green texture cardstock, and again that gold, and I've just cut with that Xmas die, I've just cut those both out because we're going to do a little bit of a drop shadow. So I've also got, so this is for the inside, so let me bring all my bits in. So this is my card base. We're going to open that up and we're going to glue that there behind it. So if I bring that round, I'm going to pop some dotty over that cut away part very carefully, and then on the inside I'm always looking for my tape pen, and it is right next to me.
Yeah, no, I always do that. In fact, I'm always looking for everything and it's right in front of me.
It's not just me then.
No. I think we all do it as well, Michelle. I don't think it's just one of us anyway. Literally everybody does it.
No, I know, definitely. My daughter says it takes a special kind of person to be a crafter. I'm taking that as a compliment.
That's a lovely idea. I love putting that dark green behind.
Yeah, it just allows that die cut element to really pop. Now, I could glue this flat. You could pop it onto some foam. You could pop it onto some foam with acetate and create a shaker on top of that bit, rather than normally we would create the shaker element behind that bit. So just from this particular bit that I've done, you've got many, many options. For me, I'm just going to pop that frame onto some foam tape. It's so wrong calling it foam tape. It is and will always be foam on a roll. I sing it at home.
She's done it now.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
Oh, Michelle, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
I don't think I've ever heard you sing it before.
I do apologise when I've sung it because, you know, I can hear myself singing and, you know, I'm so sorry.
Never apologise. I'm a terrible singer, but I don't mind.
I love to sing.
Yes, me too.
I've said before on the show though, when I'm in the car at home singing, someone always comes in and they'll turn the music up just a little bit. So obviously I have to sing louder. And then someone will turn it up a little bit more. And I'll say, are you trying to drown me out? And they're like, no, of course not.
Well,
and you know
Susie's
they are.
just said, foam on a roll makes me so happy.
Yes.
It's a happy song, isn't it?
It is
For
a
anyone
happy
that's
song.
new to us at Crafters TV, when anyone mentions foam on a roll, our Ben sung that song. So it's just stuck with us. But many of us, it gets on everyone's nerves, so they don't sing it anymore. But I love it. I still sing it. And now I know Michelle does.
I do, I love it. So again, some more of that matte or satin gold. Because I've got this on foam, I'm not going to put that on foam. That's going to go flat. So what it's going to do is it's going to draw your eye into the middle to where I pop that sentiment. So I'm going to flip this round. Rather than having the pattern on the outside, I'm going to flip it round so it allows my sentiment to stand out a little bit more. And then if I bring this in, you can see that I've got that gold drop shadow behind. So very carefully, let's pop this together. And this is quite delicate, so be careful. This is definitely, I nearly said it again, more speed and less haste. Less speed, more haste. I don't know, I think I like the more speed, less haste version. Let me bring in my tweezers.
I am terrible for trying to rush things.
Yeah.
I just can't, I've never been that person. I'm actually quite a laid back person, but not when I need to get something done. So I don't know whether that, I need to just get on with it and get it done. I'm that person, like, why are you just sitting there? Just get up and do it.
Sit there and think about it for a long time.
Like, no, just get up now, get it done, then it's done.
So popping that in the middle,
That looks amazing.
I'm going to pop a bow right in the middle. Normally I put it on a sort of an angle, but actually...
Well, talking about bows, so here's a question to you all, because me and Becky were talking about bows yesterday because she's been learning lots more things paper crafting because she's doing a lot more of it for us on Crafters TV. And she was saying about bows, where do you put your bow? And I said, funny enough, most people put their bows at the top of a, we don't put the bow in the box, put Debbie in a box. Most people put their bows at the top, and I don't like a bow at the top, I have to tell you, Michelle. I like a bow, so mine would have gone under the Xmas.
Okay.
I like to frame something by putting a bow at the bottom corner or underneath. Oh, no, don't change it.
No, I'm just wondering what it looks like.
Oh, I'm glad you did that. Let's see, that looks so much better.
It does look, I like that. I'm going to have to pop it back there because it's covering my gems.
Just hanging a bow in midair. I like it to look like it's a shelf or something, or in a corner at the bottom, or but it's not to say that, because I think that looks lovely. It's just that's not where I would place the bow. So let us know, where do you place your bows? Do you put them at the top of a project or at the bottom?
Yeah, I don't just plonk one on for the sake of it. See, just either like round a sentiment, I think. I think if you just plonk one on because you feel you have to pop a bow on, I think it can just look like you've just thrown a bow at it and you're stuck where it's fallen.
Well, I like that you haven't plonked your bow on and it looks beautiful. So do you just plonk a bow on, top or bottom? Let us know. Right, we've got our festive frames. We're right in the middle of our masterclass on them. They are absolutely stunning and you're loving them. So let's have a look at what you're actually getting with these. We're getting that Xmas with that holly around the outside. You're also getting your Noel, which is beautiful. You're also getting your piece. Now, let me just take that one out and show you these two, because you are getting, these two are the same size. So if you wanted to put your piece inside the holly one, you could absolutely do that. You can mix and match them. And also you could turn your die round, so your dies could go this way round put it that way round, and then your Xmas could go across ways as well. So you can use them in multiple ways. And then the same with the Noel. So the Noel and the Joy, they're both those square frames. So you can put the Joy or the Noel into those frames, which are absolutely amazing. The Joy one, I think, has got the most amount of versatility, because the Joy word has got a little angel on there. If you snip out the angel, and it's really easy to snip out and still have that full Joy word, you could use that for a baby's card. The outside edge, this could be flowers as well instead of sort of lights, so it's a beautiful design to go for. And like Michelle said earlier, you could just put some of your gems inside, or your glitter glues, which are going to look amazing. Right, let's pop those to the side. Right, next up we have some extra bits to show you. These are amazing. These are our 6 pens. We've got our glue pen set. You're getting 6 pens in total, so you're getting 2 packs of 3 pens with those different nibs in them, which I think is incredibly good. You're saving 20% today on the website, which is £15.98 or $20.78. Platinum price is £12.78 or $16.62. So if you're in need of those gel pens or the glue pens, make sure you grab those. And remember, you can trace with those as well on your light box, and then add your glitters and your flakes, your gilding flakes, which are amazing. Next, we've got some glossy highlights for you. 2 bottles in total, so we've got a twin set, £5.99. Look at that, that's amazing. So that's like buy one, get one free. Love that. So yeah, grab those ones. Platinum price, £4.79 or $5.59. What an absolutely amazing price. Yeah, grab those glossy highlights. They're going to work for so many different things. Right, we're going to take a little short break, and we're going to let you check out your baskets and take a look at this.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Absolutely. Welcome back to Crafters TV. You can watch us on YouTube and Facebook, and we are fully interactive as well. We're in the middle of a masterclass, and it's an amazing masterclass as well. It's all things nesting dies and creator cards, sort of dies, frames, sentiments as well. And it's Christmas. Who doesn't love Christmas? I certainly do. And if you're ever wondering, why do we do Christmas so early in the year? For us crafters, it's so we can get our makes in nice and early. So by the time Christmas comes around, depending on how many Christmas cards you send out, you'll be well ahead of the game. And having all the offers that we've had today is just absolutely incredible. Now, these dies are beautiful. They are frame dies, and then they have that large sentiment word inside them, which makes them really versatile, really usable. It also means that you can use these with any of your collections that you've had previously. You might have one of Sarah's signature collections. You might have a Nature's Garden Christmas collection. These dies are going to work perfectly with that. Any of the paper pads that we do at Crafters Companion are going to go well with these dies. And also your colouring mediums as well. So colouring them in using your ink pads. All of those are just going to be exceptional. Michelle's going to show us a few samples of these just before we go into a demo. So let's have a look at those samples. I love these, Michelle, so much.
Yes, absolutely. I love everything, to be honest, but I love this one. So this is your piece, and you can see my hand behind it, how it's been cut all the way through the card, but you've had that matte layer of the gold, then the blue, then the yellow, so it really builds it up. And then again, matching that in the middle, you've sort of fussy cut the candle and those stars out into the yellow, so again, you can do that with those centerpieces. And then we've got this joy. I do love this one.
Oh, I love that card.
It's beautiful.
So much, I know. I don't know if
Absolutely.
you can really get the pure stunningness of that card. I looked at it yesterday and I just thought that's how I want to make all my Christmas cards this year. So lovely, isn't it?
It is. So this is, Caroline Way.
Yeah,
so this is
beautiful.
Caroline's. It's beautiful. If you snipped that angel away, that could be a new baby card.
Absolutely.
That could be so many different things in those colours, changing nothing except for that angel.
Yeah, so pretty.
Definitely.
Love those.
Definitely. And again, changing the colours up, it really changes. If you're taking all those glittery Christmassy elements away, it really changes how that looks. Obviously it does, but you think it's a Christmas die, it's just for Christmas, and it's absolutely not. But then you are absolutely going to go full on Christmas.
Absolutely, it's stunning. Love those ones. And if you want to get those today, you're getting 12 dies in that collection, and you're getting them for £61.16 or $71.82, saving 10%. And if we look at that platinum price, it's a really good price for you, platinum people, £48.93 or $57.46. Right, we're going to head back to Michelle and let's get another demo in. Michelle, what have you got next?
Winter Noel. Again, just another beautiful die. So you've got, again, that piece that creates your mat, and then you've got this lovely decorative element piece. So I'm not going to use this particular piece for now, but I have cut my card down already. So it's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And what that gives me is this particular size border. If I use this, it gives me a smaller border. So just by cutting the card myself, it just gives me a bit of a wider border. So let's pop that on there. And then that one there, and bring in my plate. And while I'm running that through, I've got some lovely silver mirror card. And we're going to pop that on as well. So bring in my top plates and we will run that through. There we go. So again, your bigger one, you're talking midi and larger, so the large dies in here, but your sentiment dies in here are going to go through your mini. So if all you're wanting is that particular sentiment and you want to use it on a different card, it's going to go through even your smallest machine. There we go. So again, before I even turn it over, you can see how beautifully, and it's cut all the way through. So let's just remove, again, being careful with that tape. Remove the tape. and then peel it off. So I remember seeing Jan's top tip a little while ago, which is to peel the card away from the die rather than the die away from the card.
Yes.
And it works so much better, doesn't it? Especially when you've got really intricate pieces like these. It's just such simple little tips that you never sort of think of, and then you're like, oh my God, why have I never done that before?
Yeah, I must admit, for years I've peeled my card away from my die.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not going to pop all those out because it's going to take me a little while. But I'm going to take this off, and show you, again, finding that release hole. I'll get to it eventually. There we go. We've got that beautiful Noel.
That's so nice, especially in the mirror card.
Yes, so beautiful. Let me pop all that to the side. So what I'm going to do is, with my ruler and pencil, I'm just going to cut an aperture out of the middle. So either with your ruler and pencil, or if you've got some other nesting dies, which I say are going to work beautifully, just cut an aperture out of the middle, and giving me the same size border as I've got around here. And then...
And I suppose, Michelle, if you've got just a generic set of like square nesting dies, you could use those through the middle as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you haven't, you definitely should. I think for the most part, most of us do have square, circle, sort of basic shape nesting dies. I think they're a necessity. They're an absolute essential for me, because I do use them time and time again. And then especially when you've got the decorative nesting dies like this, it just means you extend what you can do with them. So silver mirror and some beautiful pattern papers, winter sparkle, what I'm using. So I'm going to glue that flat, but I've got a matte layer piece, but I'm going to put that onto some foam. So I think we forget that our mats and layers we can also pop onto foam. And create that lovely depth. It's not just for our sentiments. If you've got our A4 sheets of foam at home, if you haven't, get some, because when you've got a big piece like this that you want to cut, if you can just cut out a big square, and it makes it a lot easier. So there we go. So now I've got this. So there's a couple of things that you can do with this. I'm going to bring in some, I can't pick it up. Just some acetate, which is why I gave myself a bit of a bigger border and matched the border there. So you can pop some sequins behind this if you want, or you can just have it as acetate behind there, so you can pop your sentiment on top, or put sequins behind and put your sentiment on top. Definitely go more is more when it's your Christmas card. So let me just check I've taken my carrier sheet off. The amount of times this past week that I've glued something to that carrier sheet and it's sort of come away, and you're just confused as to why it's not gluing, but it's because you've glued it to that carrier sheet.
Yeah, they're hard to spot, the acetate, isn't it?
Yeah, they are, definitely. So because I've got that onto some foam pads, I'm going to glue this flat. If I was making that centrepiece a bit of a shaker element, I'd have foam round there, and then I would probably put foam round the outside as well to give it that added strength.
Right.
But because we're just going to glue this flat onto there, because I've already got foam on there, I don't feel I need to put some foam under here as well. And to be honest, I didn't really need that acetate there at all. If I would have put foam on there, I'd already glued when I thought about it, so I didn't need that acetate there at all. But never mind. So I've got my silver.
You just wanted any excuse to use a piece of acetate, didn't you, Michelle? I know your game.
I did. I was gluing it flat, and I thought I really should have been putting foam on there. But
any way you can put in the acetate, even when you don't need it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just love using acetate.
Do you?
Can you not tell? I do hide it very well. I, try to be very frugal with it. So I've got dot it on there, and I'm going to have a lovely little bit of a silver drop shadow. Now, even though that's silver, and I've put a drop shadow of silver on. You almost get like a mirror effect going on. So let's put, if you've got some of our chunky glue or our 3D collal glue, and you're definitely not going to get foam pads behind that, but the 3D glue, definitely use that behind if you want this to be standing a bit proud, because that's going to dry clear and you're not necessarily going to see it at all. If I just pop that there. And again, for this, if you've got any of your glitter glues, anything like that, any of your pens that you just want to really enhance those middles of those snowflakes with, I'm just going to use some silver gems on mine and pop it in all. You can't go wrong with lots and lots of gems on a card like this. So just, and if you've got the same sort of colour gem in lots of different sizes, in your bigger snowflakes, put one of the bigger ones. The smaller snowflakes, put the smaller gems. Just have a lot of fun. So there we go. Oh, press that down. Oh, let's pop one there. And if I just move that to the side and turn that round. Just a nice, simple way. There you go.
Oh,
just to create a nice card.
Amazing. So pretty. Really love that one. Let me find that exact one that Michelle's done. That Noel, if you want to go for that one, that is the die that Michelle just made. That beautiful card. It's absolutely stunning. You'll get these all today for the 12 dies for $61.16 or $71.82, saving 10%. You're also getting the Joy in that collection. You're also then getting your Xmas, which is really, really lovely. And then you're getting your Peace with that one as well. So all of those 4 dies, 12 dies in total. I say 4 dies, you've got 1, 2, 3, yep, you're 4 dies, but you're getting all of those, 3 dies in each for platinum price, £48.93 or $57.46. Now, a couple of other things that are going to work amazingly well with those dies are our pads. We do have a Tis the Season paper pad, which is absolutely beautiful. It's just a lovely paper pad. It's got quite a rustic feel to it, but a very traditional feel as well. It's got robins and cardinals in there. It's got bells in there, candles. It's beautiful. You've also got your actual card toppers there. So your backing papers just to put on your card front, put a sentiment on, you've got a Christmas card. You've got multiples of those in different designs. These are 12 by 12 papers as well, so great for your scrapbooking. Really good if you like construction for decorating your boxes, making gift bags out of. They're going to look extraordinarily beautiful. Absolutely love these designs. You've got the pine cones, the bells, you've got gold touches in there, those sort of rustic browns, those cardinals, and more toppers there at the front of the book, which is amazing. So you're getting loads in that one. You're saving 10% today. Platinum price £10.79 or $14.39. We've then got our vintage snowman, which I absolutely love. I love the deeper, darker tones in this colour. You've got your burgundies, you've got your navy blues, you've got those real frosty greens, which are absolutely just divine. Lots of different, again, designs in this paper pad, 12 by 12, double-sided, using all those different colours and tones. You've got borders there for scrapbooking or just your cards. Lots of different designs on there. The more you look into our pads, the more designs that you can see in the foreground, in the foregrounds. They're absolutely amazing. Look at that, toppers for your Christmas cards. Again, all double-sided. Look at this deep purple, deep burgundy at the back. Those Christmas trees, they're absolutely amazing. So I love these. And then more toppers at the front of this book as well. Again, a saving of 10%. Platinum price £10.79 or $14.39. Right, we're going to head back to these nesting dies. We've got one more demo that our Michelle is going to do for us, and I can't wait to see it. So if you want these nesting dies today, there's a saving of 10% there. Platinum price £48.93 or $57.46. So let's head over to Michelle and get that last demo in before the hour's finished.
Can you believe this is my 6th demo?
Oh,
Look at me.
amazing.
That's my quota for the weekend. But I'm going to use the piece at Christmas. Again, another beautiful one. I love this one because Debbie was saying earlier, because of the those stars, if you've not putting the piece in it, this can be a congratulations card. There's so many different ways that you can be using this particular one for. And I think that's definitely what we look for in a die, something that does more than one job. And I think with a nesting die, you have that, especially these, or a frame die, in abundance. Right, so I've got just a piece of card, and it's not cut down to size because I'm going to use both of these in this one. So I'm going to pop that round, and I'm going to tape them both down. If you're more comfortable cutting these separately, then absolutely do that. But I'm okay running them both through as long as everything's taped down because you don't want it to be moving. And then we'll pop that through. So again, I'm using the gold, so our luxury cardstock where it comes with the glitter, the mirror and the matte mirror. So we've got the gold, we've got the red, the green, the silver, we've got blue. We've got so many different colours in that. Right, so let's pop that off and pop that there. Right, so moving that very carefully. And again, from that side, you can see how beautifully, except for that tape that's holding it down, let's be careful with that, how beautiful that cuts through. Right, so let me just tap this die out, get rid of all those bits. There we go. Let me move. All these pieces here, all these bits of waste are going to look beautiful as shaker elements because they're just a lovely little pattern. Right, so let's bring in my lid. So this is my lid. So what I could do, you've got options. I can pop this straight onto here. I've got some patterned paper to go on the top and then pop that over the top. I could again bring this die in and cut straight through the lid, which I think I'm going to do. Yes, I have decided to change it up just a little bit. I haven't done it yet, so I thought it was about time I changed my demo. So again, I'm going to pop this right in the middle. I think it's nice when you've got a box to have an element on the top where you can see through. It adds that excitement when you give someone a present and they can sort of see their present but not quite see their present. I think it's a little exciting. Obviously, you know, you're going to cover it in tissue paper or something, but it just, for me, it would kill me, but I think it just adds to the excitement of a present. Right, so lift that off and pop that there. And again, so being careful removing that low tack, high tack tape. Flip that round. There we go. And again, you can see from the underside, bottom side, from the back, that it cuts through beautifully. So let's just get rid of a few of these. So just get rid of those last few, and then we're going to bring this in and we're going to pop that over the top and create that lovely cut through sort of design. So bring in my dotty. Get rid of that. So I'm going to, again, being careful on those delicate pieces. I'm going to bring in normal tape for this middle bit. And then let's pop this over. As much as a drop shadow as you want, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a drop shadow and pop that. I've got glue on there, but that's all right. It's going to rub off because It's going to be covered actually, so it's not a problem. I've got that lovely, this is the 12 Days of Christmas. So before I pop my box together, I'm going to bring all my edges in. Again, another lesson I've learned from Jan. Don't forget to glue all your sides on before you pop your box together. So just, again, use my tape pen. And pop that there. And I will give you the sizes of this box in a second. I'm pretty sure it's a 5x7. Oh, it is. It's a 5.5 by 7, and my sides are all, it's 1 inch deep. So, trying to remember to do my little flick. It's one of those things where it's do as I say, not as I do. So don't forget to do yours. Let's turn that round. Oh. I'm not going to admit to the fact that I've nearly used another tape pen. So we will just keep that between me and you. All, how many of you? The world's worst kept secret. Pop that on there. Again, making sure that's nice and flat. So actually, I think I'm going to pop that on some foam. Now, it's just a piece of paper, so I'm going to bring in a piece of card. I'm going to glue it to that, and then we will pop it on some foam. I feel like it just needs it. I think to pop it on there flat wouldn't quite work. So let me give myself a really small border around the edge. And then we'll trim that down. Okay. There we go. And now I can pop some foam on. So don't forget that our foam pads all come in different depths. This is quite a small depth, but we've got different depths, we've got different sizes as well, from small to quite large. Pop that in the middle. And then, do I have my piece? I do.
This is looking stunning.
Thank you. It is a little different. It was going to be something totally different. I think
do
we
you
all
change your mind regularly, Michelle? Do you like decide on something, start doing it, and then think, actually, I've thought of something else?
I do. I do it far too often. I think it's nice though, because it shows that you can get halfway through a project and think, actually, this would look nice, or this would look nice. So I do that way too often. I do it at home as well. I get halfway through something and it's a little bit like a child, you know, when they've got a toy box in front of them and they pick one thing up and then they're like, ooh, and see something, and ooh, and see something else. I'm very much like that. So let's pop these all together, just giving them a good burnish. So there we go. And then bring in my box base. Now I should have done it the correct way because I put a B on my box base. And I put an L on my lid, so if I've done it correctly, it's going to work.
Well, that's good. Yeah, sometimes you just have to put yourself a little reminder, don't you?
I think it's because obviously when we're here and you just sort of pick something up and pop it together, for me it's very easy for me to pick the opposite piece up.
Yeah.
So if I've got that little reminder on the front, then, so again, I'm going to bring my finger across that base bit there, and it just means that it comes up nice and straight then.
Yeah, it's a really good tip, that one.
So if I pop that on there, look, it has done it right. Yeah, if I bring you the one in that I was going to do, so this is the one that I was going to do, that was the box lid. But actually, I really like that,
yeah,
putting
I like
all the way
too.
through. I think they both look nice, but you can see how I got distracted and changed my mind.
Absolutely, I like both of them, and I think it's always good to show that difference in changing your mind. With that white rim, that looks really elegant.
Yeah.
It looks, and actually more expensive than the other one, but the other one looks lovely because
Yeah.
it's nice and solid and got all those lovely deep colours. So
Yeah.
absolutely love that one. Beautiful design. We're going to have a vote for demo of the show. So Michelle, if you can get those lined up, that would be amazing. So while Michelle lines those up, let's just have a recap on those dies. The first one we've got there is that piece. The piece has that amazing star design all the way around there, which is just absolutely beautiful. And I do love that you can use it for so many different designs, whether it be a celebration of a wedding, passing driving test, a birthday. It's just amazing. And then you've got that large piece die running through there. I quite like the font as well. I think it's quite a quirky font with those lines inside it. The Xmas works really well. Just looks beautiful in its design. So there are two 4x6 dies. We've then got our 6x6 dies, which are beautiful. So you've got that joy with that amazing design around there, and then you've got the Noel with the snowflakes as well. So many little snippability parts on that one as well. Lots of lovely cardstock that you can pop that into. Right, we're going to go over to Michelle and just get a number on her makes of today. A lot to choose from there.
6. I don't think I've ever done 6 in a 2-hour show, so I'm quite pleased with myself. But number one, gosh, nearly 2 hours ago now, is that lovely dome front easel card that I did. Number 2 is that Starry Night. And then number 3, that's number 3, that lovely double shaker. And then number 4 is the Xmas. Number 5 is the Noel. And then number 6 is the box.
Amazing. Get your votes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. There's a lot there, isn't there? Let's just see who's in today. Colleen is saying, I love all your demos today. Phil is saying, Michelle, you are after Sarah's record. Oh, what's Sarah's record? I think she's done 7, hasn't she?
I think it's 8 or 9,
wow.
isn't it now?
Watch out, Sarah. Michelle is catching up with your demos. Lois is saying, beautiful gift box, Michelle. Thank you. DIY All Things is saying this is beautiful, and Colleen is saying absolutely beautiful. Yeah, love that. And Carol is saying, how do you use glossy highlights? I have never had them before, and I've never used them. I'll throw that over to you. How do you use your glossy highlights, Michelle?
Glossy highlights are absolutely fabulous. I'm hoping, I do have some next to me. Your glossy highlights are absolutely fabulous. So if you do nothing other than make your own pearls with those, so if I take the lid off, you can see that the nib allows you to, let me see if I've got a piece of card here. So what you're going to do is squeeze it, because it's a nice thick liquidy texture, and what you can do is you can create your own little gems with them. You can go as big or as little with these as you want, but then what you can also do is, if you've got a good hand, you can draw with it and it's gonna dry solid. What you can also do is, if you've got on the front of here, look, it shows you that cupcake. See that cupcake? Stamp that out, colour it in, use the glossy highlights over the icing on the cupcake, and what it does, it gives it that enamel look, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So you would bring either your pokey tool in or a spare piece of card, and you would spread it out over that image that you wanted to colour in, or you wanted to add the glossy highlights to. But please be warned, once you've bought these, you're going to be so addicted that you're going to buy them and use them on everything.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Michelle, last week I sent a card to a friend, and I had some large outline flower dies. What I did with the actual design is I cut it out 4 times and layered them on top of each other, so it made quite an in-depth one. And then I filled the middles of them with the glossy highlights, so it looked like an enamelled flower. It was just beautiful. beautiful. It was absolutely lovely. But I also love it. For me, although it's an all year rounder, Christmas is amazing. So think of things like Rudolph's nose, Santa's boots, the top of his boots and the black boots that makes them really shiny.
Yes,
The Nutcracker that we had out last year was great for the Nutcracker's hat on that black because it makes it ultra shiny.
Yeah.
But I love that Michelle's just shown you there is just to put those little gems. You've got loads of dewdrops then onto your coloured cardstock. It makes them whatever colour they are, so they're absolutely amazing. So if you do want your glossy highlights, our Charlotte's put them on the screen for you there. $5.99 or $6.99, which is incredible. It's like getting them buy one get one free, but they're half price. Platinum price £4.79 or $5.59. So definitely pop some of those in your basket because they're great for so many things. And the last thing that I just want to tell you it's absolutely fabulous for, although you probably won't want to use it because you have so many, it is a really, really strong glue. So you can glue anything with it as well. So if you do get it anywhere that you don't, or to stick to your normal gems down, then just stick it down. It is a really strong glue. Yeah, it's a great glue to use. So and a good glue glaze as well. So if you mix it, our Sheena mixes it with water and paints it over the top of things, and it will put a clear glaze over the top. So yeah, it's a good enamel, really good enamel. So love that one. So yes, grab that one while you can. We'll just have a quick look and see how our voting's going. Oh, we do. We already have a demo of the show. Demo of the show is number 1. I'm not surprised. That is a really clever concept. Just an absolutely beautiful one with that die. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not surprised that one's a winner. Right, we will put that one alongside Michelle's other into demo of the day later on. But let's just recap on these gorgeous dies that Michelle's been showing us loads of how to do. 3 demos in this hour. This one is your Noel. You don't have to use your large word to go with these, but obviously they work beautifully in that middle, that square image around that frame die. Now these are your individuals, so your Noel you can purchase today for $16.99 or $19.95, but obviously the best way to get them is in the collection. So once you've got the collection you save that 10%, but if you did want them individually, your Joy one is coming up now, which is your 3 dies. So you've got that outside cutting edge, you've got that main intricate die, and then you've got your sentiment die as well. Platinum price £13.59 or $15.96. And you can see under there where you can order. So if you're ordering on the website, it's crafterscompanion@.com or .co.uk or .eu. We've now got our Xmas one. The Xmas one again has those 3 dies, beautiful in its design, absolutely love that one. You've got the holly leaves around there, but you can mix and match that sentiment if you're going for your piece. Your piece is the last one out of those 4, so if you want that one individually, just type in for your the code that's at the top there for $16.99 or $19.95. Again, platinum price is your best price at £13.59 or $15.96. So absolutely a great one to go for today. Now, what are you all up to today? Have you been up to much? If you've been doing anything Christmassy, if you've been making any Christmas cards, it'll be great if you could send us in your makes for later on, because our later on show is Monday. I was going to say Monday Makers. It is Monday Makers. Do you know, I was here yesterday thinking it was Monday yesterday. I was thinking it was Tuesday. I was going to lose a day of the week. It is Monday, so it is Monday Makers. What can we expect from Monday Makers, Michelle, later on?
Ooh.
Well, I say later on in just over an hour.
Just over an hour. We've got more of those beautiful animal stamp and dies.
Oh, yes.
We would have had some Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright, but you bought it all.
It's gone. It's gone.
So we've going to have a word with Dean, see what he wants me to do. So that's a little bit of a surprise for you and me. But we may have some more of these frames. But yeah, a bit of fun, definitely.
Amazing. So you'll definitely want to tune back in for those, because we've got plenty more, even if it's just to see our Michelle doing her demos, because we like her to do her thing and we absolutely love it. So lots of different designs. Thank you to everyone that's been joining us today. Susie saying thank you, ladies, for a fabulous show. We'll see you in an hour. Absolutely, Susie. Susan is saying, I enjoyed the show and Michelle's demos are fantastic. Thank you so much. And Melanie's saying, great demos and show. We always like to please. That's something that we like to be here for, because we want to offer you that inspiration and that incredible journey into your crafts. If you are new to crafting, then come and say hi. Definitely later on. We have got that Monday Makers show. It literally is in an hour at 6 p.m. We're here then for a 2-hour show showing you all things crafty and hopefully things that will inspire you. But do let us know what you love about your crafts and what you've been doing, especially if it's been Christmassy, because it's all been about Christmas today. Do head over to the website and click on that Christmas event, because it will show you up to 50% off on lots of Christmas goodies. We're going to show you that here now. It is our last chance before Christmas, 50% off in that sale we're up to, and you'll find lots of goodies in there. You can see here our Charlotte scrolling through for you. There's doily dies, there's edgeables, there's all sorts. There's stamps and dies, there's stamps. You will find something to suit every pocket in there, so make sure you head across to the website and check out those baskets, because remember, until you check out your baskets, it's not yours. No, it's not yours. Someone else might grab it, so make sure you check out your baskets and join us later, because it is only an hour. We're going to have a quick drink, put our feet up maybe for an hour, but we will be joining you back, and when we do, it's going to be a fast, furious and exciting Monday Makers. We absolutely love you joining us, so thank you so much. And then all we've got to do now is say goodbye to you. Yes, of course. So we're just going to say goodbye right now. Bye.